Hello viewers, you're welcome to my platform Prosper Onyewuchi, and we'll be looking at the subject matter sentence element part 2. In the previous video which I made, the indoor video which I made, which was on sentence element part 1, we took our time to elaborate mostly on subject. Remember, a subject simply means a noun or a pronoun that performs an action, or a noun or a pronoun which occupies the initial position of a sentence. Don't forget the definition of sentence elements: combinations of group of words or individual words placed at various positions which enhances sentence word clarity. Okay, today we'll be looking at throwing more light on verbs. What are verbs, and then the different verbal formations and the position of a verb in a given sentence structure. Now, what is a verb? A verb simply means an action word or a doing word, or a particular word that expresses action, process, or performance or a state. Okay, now we have the different verbal formations. Please take note. The different verbal formations, or talking about verbal formations, verbs can be expressed in various ways, and they are: we have what we call the regular verbs. We have the regular verbs, we have the irregular, we have the irregular, we have the main, we have the main verb, we have, please follow me guys, we have the auxiliary verb, we have the gerund, or what we call the nouning, we have the infinitive, we have the infinitive. Furthermore guys, we have the verb phrase. We have the verb phrase, we have the phrasal verb, we have the phrasal verb, we have the transitive verb, we also have what we call the intransitive verb. We have the intransitive verb. We also have what we call the active voice. We have the active voice. And also we have what we call the passive voice. We also have what we call the participles. The verb participles. Participles simply means other words that are created or that are formed from the present form of a particular verb. So these are the various verb formations that are expressed in various ways and occupies a certain position in a given sentence. So our main attention now is to know where a verb is occupied. It always takes its position mainly between the subject and other elements in a given sentence. So please, let's take some sentence examples. We have the sentence here: the students were punished for misconduct. Okay, we have a sentence structure here. Remember what we did in the previous class about subject, the initial position of the noun or pronoun, or the noun phrase or the noun clause that occupies the initial position in a sentence, which is the students. So we tag it our S. So followed immediately after the subject, we have the verb. Yes, and in this verb now we have the auxiliary and then we have the main. This is the auxiliary verb, and then this is our main verb. When they are combined together, they form a verbal expression known as verb phrase. The verb phrase simply means two or more verb elements that are combined together or that are used together as a group in a given sentence. Okay, let's take another sentence example, guys. Snakes are reptiles. Okay, we have a sentence here of which this is a noun that occupies the initial position in this particular sentence structure, and immediately after the subject comes the verb. So take note, if you can observe the two sentences which I have given so far, we notice that the verb always occupies the position immediately after the subject, except in special cases like what we call the gerund. The gerund, special cases where we talk about the gerund, or what the nouning, the gerund, or what we call the nouning. The gerund is a verbal expression that plays the grammatical role or grammatical function of a noun in a given sentence. For instance, we have teaching is my hobby. So this is a verbal expression. This is a sentence structure here, of which we have two verbal elements here. We have teaching and then we have is here. So this teaching is our gerund, which plays the role of a noun. It occupies the initial position and plays the role of a noun, which takes the position of the subject. And we have our verbal expression here, which is our V, or we have the verb. So the verb occupies the position immediately after the subject, except in special cases like the gerund or noun or the infinitive. The infinitive also plays the same role with the gerund. The infinitive is prefixed with the preposition to. For example, we have to and then we have teach. So when both of them are used together with this, when this is used with the preposition to, it is called what? It's called an infinitive. So I'm going to stop here to enable my viewers pay attention